Yo guys, what's good? This is Games Techno back with another video, and today we are going to be testing Resident Evil Reverse Beta on our boy GTX 750 Ti, of course. And I'm gonna give a little bit of explanation about the video layout. Now, generally in benchmark videos, you see, these thingies at the top of the freaking screen, at the top left, right, bottom right, bottom left, doesn't matter. So you can see all of these freaking thingies, the average FPS, the usage of the CPU, GPU, the speeds, and the usage of RAM and whatnot. Now, I used to include them in the videos, but now I'm trying to do something new. So the thing with the layout of the video is that first off, I'm gonna show you, after this intro, I'm gonna show you the settings of the game, and I'm gonna tell you a little bit of a point about one specific setting in the game, and then I'm gonna show you the raw gameplay of how the game freaking runs with our GTX 750 Ti without any of these, freaking counters and all, because all of your freaking attention is always on those thingies. And of course, when I watch the benchmarks videos on other people's channels, my attention is on those thingies as well, but I do not like that. Now in the gameplay section, you'll freely get to see how the freaking game runs, if there are any lags, stutters or whatever, so you can see if the gameplay is good enough for you or not. And at the end, I've done all the work for you, so you do not have to look for those numbers at all the freaking times. So basically at the end, in the outro of this video, I'm gonna give you the average numbers, point one, and I'm gonna even tell you, how much of the GPU the game generally uses, how much of the VRAM the game generally uses, and all of those thingies at the end of the video. So if you're here for the FPS numbers and you want to know how much of a CPU hog this game is, or how much computer memory or RAM this thingy uses, or VRAM or whatever, you can just straight up jump to the end section of the video. But if you want to see how the game runs, and if there are any stutters, lags or whatever in this game, then you can watch the gameplay, which has some post commentary of mine. So I guess you guys gonna be okay with this format. I've tried this format silently for a few videos now, but this one's going with a voice over. So yeah, there you go. Okay, so here we are in the settings menu. So the first thing is the display mode, and that is set to full screen, of course. The resolution we've chosen is 1280 by 720. I mean, I can't go below this resolution for more single player games, because they start to look very, very freaking bad in my opinion. And 1280 by 720 is not that high of a resolution either, but of course we've got a aging card, so that's why we're going with this. Refresh rate is 60 Hz, that's the refresh rate of my monitor. And then the frame rate is set to variable, so no frame rate lock. The VSync is of course off, and then the color space is sRGB. Bloom is on. Screen space reflections are off. The subsurface scattering is off. Look at Wong's face, that is. So ambient occlusion is off, and the shadow quality is set to the minimum. The shadow cache is on. The dynamic shadows are on. VFX rendering is set to low. Image quality 100%, of course. That's how we're gonna get the true 1280 by 720p experience. Rendering mode set to standard. The textures are set to low, and the texture filtering is at medium trilinear. The mesh quality is set to low. Anti-aliasing is set to TAA, so we have some anti-aliasing. Of course, we're using 720p, and TAA is not giving us bad FPS, so that's why we're sticking with this. And last but not the least, fidelity. Actually, it is the least. Fidelity FXCAS plus upscaling, because it's of no use for us low-end users basically. So this thing is set to off. Now that is all with the game settings, but there is another thing in the settings here, that is in the display section. We've got a comic filter. Now by default this thingy was on, and for the purpose of this video, for all the tests that I performed, I've kept it on. As they mentioned here, it is a comic filter, so it's just a filter. So I hope it's not gonna give any FPS difference, and I strongly believe so as well. So I just kept it at default, and I don't think that it's gonna introduce any kind of FPS difference when it's turned off or on. Yeah, that's pretty much it for the settings of the game. Okay, here goes nothing. So I've chosen Jill Valentine. I mean, I like her abilities. I haven't explored the game much, in terms of abilities and all. But okay, there we go. Killed Ada Wong. Okay, she's got this, landmine thingy, and there, he just freaking ran over. You saw that? That guy just freaking teleported. I don't know. Must be some internet issue. So I didn't explore, much of the abilities, but I just played with Jill Valentine and Leon, though I liked Jill's abilities more. Okay, he's got a shotgun. Leon's got a shotgun as his primary in this game. And I still managed to kill him. Hordugo. This is the second ability of Jill Valentine. And I again planted the... Whoa. Okay, got me. Now we're in the zombie form. I like this zombie, he freaking explodes, and I love that. Okay, let's get a revenge from Big Papa Jack here. Trying to get him down. Okay, running behind him. Why is he running? Why are you running, bro? Okay, trying to catch him. Boom, boom. I got him. 5 kills, ladies and gentlemen. 5 freaking kills. Okay, there goes the 6th one. We exploded. He died. We died as well, though. Okay, and in the scoreboard, we are at number 1. Boom, back with Jill. This is a 1 versus all mode. I mean, this is the only mode in this game, RE Reverse, that is. Now, this game is gonna be free with the, Resident Evil Village. I don't think anyone's gonna, purchase this game standalone. Nobody's gonna purchase it standalone. I mean, it's like 5,000 Indian rupees, which is like crazy expensive. Of course, this is like the $60 price tag, the full price tag, that is. Okay, got him. Oh no, man. I like this map though. This is the only map, which I believe is also going to be the only map in the final game. But I like this map. And I kind of like this game, but not like the 6,000 Indian rupee or $60. No, that's not, it's not worth it. But it is a good game indeed. Okay, we're in the silver or the second position in the game. 2 minutes left only. The funky thing is all the matches last only 5 minutes, so it's pretty freaking quick. Even if you're losing and you are at a losing streak or whatever, or you just keep losing, it's not that bad. It's not that bad of a feeling, coming from a noob, that is. Of course, everyone's a noob in this game because it's just the open beta, so people don't have much experience. Also outside of the people who got their hands on the closed beta, of course. Okay, got Chris there. Ada's shooting her crossbow or whatever. I think that's a crossbow. I'm running behind her. Boom, boom, got her. And we survived. No, we didn't. Okay. So now we're at the 3rd position. 1 minute and 17, 16, 15 seconds left. Okay, got some ammo there. Yeah, there's like some random drops of ammo and herbs and whatnot to heal ourselves. And the last minute, I've noticed everyone's freaking hiding. Not in this case though. I can see someone right there. Okay, that's not someone, that's a lot of people. I got Chris, and he's transformed into the freaking RE3 zombie or whatever it is, in the sewers. Okay, Jill versus Jill. Let's get it. Got her. Though this, freaking guy from RE3 helped me. Of course, Jill's from RE3 as well. No one's given an F about me. I don't know why though. They're all like fighting amongst themselves. They don't even freaking care. And now he does care. Now I'm gonna get killed. Oh man, that's some kind of finisher. I like that though, I mean, I don't like the fact that he killed me, but still, I like the freaking animations. Okay, how you doing, freaking rocket launcher man? Nemesis, that is. Okay, 6, 5, 4, 3, and it's almost done. We ain't gonna get no kills now. Nope, time's up. 5 minutes only, and that's how you do it. We got the 3rd position, so not bad, you know. Okay, here we are. Now that you've seen the gameplay, hopefully, you know, if you haven't seen it, I mean, I suggest you watch it. But if you don't want to, what can I do? You know, now the GPU usage has generally been 90% or above. So I'm gonna say that this game is pretty funky in the optimization section. Okay, so it does not underutilize the GPU. So it was always, you know, 90 above and mostly at the 99, 95, those levels. So it's pretty funky. Now comes the VRAM usage. The VRAM usage was like above 1900 megabytes every freaking time. So if you've got a card that has less than 2 gigabytes of VRAM, or even if you have a GTX 750 Ti that has less than 2 gigabytes of VRAM, then you've got pretty slim chances of running this game without stutter. I mean, there are no chances basically of running this game without any stutters. So you basically need at least 2 gigabytes of RAM. Now, the third thingy here is the CPU usage. Now I've got a Ryzen 3 1300X and the usage was hovering anywhere around, you know, 70 plus to, you know, 100. So at many occasions the GPU was getting maxed out, though it was not an issue because the GPU was also getting maxed out at those, you know, times. So the basic takeaway from this is that you have to have at least a Ryzen 3 1200. I have a Ryzen 3 1300X again. It's a little bit more powerful and the little brother is Ryzen 3 1200. If you have anything below that, you know, 4 cores, 4 threads, if you have anything below the Ryzen 3 1200, it's gonna be a hard luck, I think. Now comes the RAM. This game is pretty good. I mean, it does not eat more than 8 gigabytes of RAM, and in general it was under 6.5 gigabytes, you know, sometimes 6200 megabytes, sometimes 63, 6400, but you know, never crossed 6.5 gigabytes. So if you're still with 8 gigabytes of RAM, you're all good, but you just have to make sure that you have the RAM in dual channel. The GPU core clock was at 1215 megahertz all the freaking time, you know, throughout the gameplay, and the GPU memory clock was at 2700 megahertz. Your GPU's, you know, core clock or memory clock can vary a little, but for most 750 Ti's the performance gonna be very freaking similar. But you know, some cards boost by themselves, this one does not. So I don't know if it's the card thing or the game thing, though I was getting 1215 megahertz on the core clock of the GPU and 2700 megahertz with the memory clock of the GPU. Well, and then comes the last, but definitely not the least. I mean, some might argue it's the most important thing in the result section, of course. That is the frame rate, or frames per second, FPS as you know him. Now, the average frame rate we got in RE versus beta, it's a complicated freaking name, is 57 FPS. And the 1% lows we got are 41 frames per second. And you need to know that I tested the game for 25 minutes and I got around into 4 freaking matches or 3.5 matches. You know, one of the matches was like only halfway done and the servers, like, you know, just left the match in between or whatever, you know, there was some issue. So this data is the average of 4 freaking matches or 3.5 freaking matches. 41 FPS as the 1% low and 57 frames per second as the average. Pretty funky. I mean, what do you freaking need, man? It's a GTX 750 Ti and it's still running freaking games. Even if it's at like 720p, I don't mind that. I've personally got a 1366 by 768 monitor and I'm loving it. That's what I can say. Yeah, pretty much. Okay guys, that's pretty much it for the video, and we've got some pretty funky stuff in this week. A lot of new seasons. Call of Duty is dropping new season. Apex Legends new seasons coming, and then we've got Resident Evil 8's demo coming out. So all of that will be coming. I'm sure some of you guys will stick around, and I'm loving it. See you guys.